YouTube, what's going on? So today we are going to be doing something a little bit different on this channel. We are going to be starting a book series slash anime arc type of thing on my channel, right? So what that means is I'm going to take a book that I really like, which today is going to be The Way of the Superior Man. I'm going to go to my favorite chapters and explain what those really mean. So why are we choosing this book? I really think it's a book that every guy needs to read, just point blank period. If you're a guy on this trajectory, on this path that we're going down, I recommend that you read a couple books, and we'll go through all of them, of course, inevitably and eventually. But for now, we're just going to go chapter by chapter. So the very first chapter I want to talk to y'all about is Live as If Your Father Was Dead. Now, disclaimer, I'm not saying fantasize or go do that, which would be crazy. I'm not encouraging anybody to do that. I'm saying live as if your father was dead. Sorry, there's something in my eye. It's crazy. Live as if your father was dead. And this is like a weird one for sure. And a lot of people are like, what does that mean? I, for example, have had a very interesting, rocky, beautiful, whatever you want to call it, relationship with my father. Very interesting. He's a character. He's a very hard worker. He's somebody that's not from here. He immigrated from Nigeria. He had to deal with so much stress, struggle, hustling. I don't want to make it like an immigrant struggle story or anything like that. But what I mean to say is, man, like when I put that into perspective, I could never really sit here and be like, oh, my dad was awful or anything like that. No, not at all. Well, my dad was very tough, like tough as nails type of dude. He's someone that you basically just really don't want to disappoint. Let's put it like that. Disappoint. And so my entire childhood and a lot of my teens and even a little bit of my adulthood, I ended up trying to appease him and please him or whatever it is. Whether that be through academics, whether that be through sports. I literally played soccer. I freaking hate soccer. No offense to people that like soccer. I mean, like what you like. I don't like soccer, and I felt like I needed to play soccer just to please him. And then these things compound. Like, this is the thing about life, right? People don't realize the small things you do in life start to compound in a massive way. So when you people please, for example, people that are very like people pleaser types, they do it and they do it and they do it so much that eventually any and everyone just thinks they can walk all over them. That's kind of like the issue here. These small things that we do subconsciously or consciously compound. Many men can relate to this because many men want to fill their father's shoes. Many men want to, become the new head of the household, so to speak. So there's a lot of pressure there. There's a lot of shoes to fill. There's a very big shoe for some people to fill. I mean, look at examples of people that had fathers that were billionaires, millionaires, Kardashians, for example. Like, it's crazy. At the end of the day, I totally understand why so many guys go down the path that they go down. They don't really like dream externally. They just kind of just do whatever their parents want them to do, right? So they were supposed to go to college. They were supposed to get married at a certain time. And now they're miserable. And these are like 32, 35-year-old, 40-year-old dudes that are sitting back and saying, man, I really wish I took this risk, or I wish I didn't listen to my parents about going to master's school or whatever your specific situation is. Really understand that this can be your life if you try to please people throughout it. You can end up living a life that someone was vicariously living through you that you don't even want to live. A lot of people off themselves because of this stuff. This is like real life. This is your life. I'll never forget, man. Like, I was being groomed to be a doctor, right? I come from a family of doctors and lawyers. I was being groomed to be a doctor all throughout high school. And I remember one of my last shadowing sessions. I think it was like my second to last shadowing session. I was talking to this, I forget what they call themselves. Like, they're the people that sit behind the chair in the doctor's office and they write a bunch of stuff. I was talking to one of those guys and I asked him, like, how much do you make? Do you like your life? All this stuff. He was like, yeah, I make a lot of money and life's fine. But if I could do anything, I would go back and I would never do any of this shit. And dude was just like, he was just like a miserable person to talk to, like not in a mean way, but like, you could tell he just didn't like life, and he was dead serious when he told me that. He's like, man, I've had friends that like they were taking risks when they were my age in med school, and now they're just like chilling. They don't have to do anything. They're living their dream, their passions, and they're doing what they want to do. Isn't that what life's about? Like, that's what life is about. Like, we're not supposed to just like follow whatever our parents said, or school, or your girlfriend, or what the Instagram ad says. You're not supposed to follow that. You're supposed to follow your own way. And the only way you can do that is if you live as if nobody else's opinion matters. Live as if your father died. Imagine the stress, the anxiety of just trying to fill this person's shoes. Imagine for a second, as psychotic as it sounds, if they were just not here anymore. Be in this state forever, though, after you watch this video. And like I said, go check out the book, Way of the Superior Man. It's on Amazon. Great book. It goes not as in-depth as I would like for this topic to go, which is why I wanted to make this video. But understand, your life really is just a culmination and a series of programs that you tell it, right? And things that we feed to our brain, for example, whether those be subconscious or conscious beliefs, those set of programs determine who you are. So if you're downloading someone else's program in your own hardware, who are you? Doesn't even make sense. You need to be yourself. You need to focus on the things you want to do. You need to sit with yourself, meditate, and step away and have the hard conversations. They suck. My brother recently had to have the hard conversation with my dad saying, I don't think I want to be a lawyer. He's really good at writing. He has a really, really good opportunity right now with writing. He's like, I don't think I want to be a lawyer. I don't think that's what I want to do with my life. Does that suck for my mom to hear, for my dad to hear? Absolutely. And it's going to suck for a little bit. And it's going to be awkward. And a little less chews on the dinner table. You might take your thing and just leave faster than usual. But are you going to let a little bit of tenseness and awkwardness determine the rest of your life? If that's the case, then I mean, just, you don't even have to agree with anything from this video. But if not, and you're a real stunner, you're a real G, you're somebody that's, like I said in my other videos, you are like Guts and Berserk on the mountain, training, just finding his own way, stepping away from Griffith. I want to do my own thing, you know? If that's you, then you really need to step back and focus on the lane that you actually want to pursue. And when you start to pursue that lane, just notice how much happier you are in life. It's like night and day. Stop downloading someone else's program. It's not even you. Y'all know what to do. Subscribe and all that good stuff. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.